Senator Tillis.
Thank you, Senator Sasse, and for your leadership. Ms. Cosgraves, you in your opening statement said that you thought that the proposed bill was overly prescriptive and overly vague. Could you, in about 30 seconds, explain that? And then Ms. Stanek and Dr. Perucci, I'd like for you to give your input.
Well, here's how it's overly prescriptive. The bill talks about that you have to render to any other child born alive at the same gestational age. But, Dr. Perucci talked about how each individual, it was going to be a very specific circumstance. So gestational age is not necessarily it doesn't tell you the condition. And so it's overly prescriptive there.
And
but
what
then
about
it is
the overly
also
vague part?
The vague is that it just says professional skill, care, and diligence to preserve the life and the health as a child. So it is either that there's a standard of care that doctors know and understand, and then so this bill wouldn't actually do very much, or maybe it does something, but it's unclear. And so that's going to put doctors in a situation where they're not sure, but there's a 5-year criminal penalty that attaches to the type of care that they potentially give.
Thank you. Dr. Perucci, you would be one of those doctors. What's your assessment?
I think the bill puts an extra safety net into making sure that the people assessing the newborn live baby, that those people aren't only interested in the baby being dead.
And Dr. Perucci, you indicated in your opening statement that in many instances you're going to have to make the sad decision that the child is going to die.
Yes.
Ms. Stanek?
You mentioned the word assessing, and at my hospital, the babies were only assessed before they were born. And I know Dr. Perucci would say that a saying is you never know what you have until you see the baby. And so I was aware of instances where a doctor recommended abortion and the baby, he said by ultrasound, was 21 weeks, and the baby ended up coming out weighing over 2 pounds and was really 28 weeks, but that baby wasn't ever medically assessed or treated after delivery. So you have to mandate that babies are at least assessed, which is what this bill does, which abortion survivors aren't typically assessed by my experience.
Ms. Mosley, the 8 states that are reporting now, do you have any way to predict if this bill were to go into place, maybe how many lives would be saved?
Well, right now we know that there's at least 170 lives that could have been saved. And this is just with 8 states that report. Right now there is no mandatory reporting on abortion, period, and there is no mandatory reporting on infant born alive. These are states that have voluntarily put these bills into law to say that we want to report on infants to actually survive. And of those 8 states, we know that there's been at least 170. So just think, we have 143 from 2003 to 2014, and since then we have 8 states passing their own laws and 170 cases. That's almost 300. So this is about, not about a woman's body, this is about the infant who defied the odds of a violent act of abortion and who should be given the chance to defy the odds again. And there's nothing wrong with giving a child who is defenseless care to probably survive. Doctors don't always get the diagnosis right. And if they came out alive, shouldn't they be given care? That's the issue at hand here today.
Thank you. And Senator Sasse, again, I really appreciate how we've had a wide range of discussions here, a lot of it not focused on the intent of the bill, and I appreciate you bringing it back to this very simple proposition. If a child is born alive, they should be able to receive care, and oftentimes it's going to be a difficult decision to allow that baby to die, but why not provide that opportunity for that person to be given the same care that that baby down the hallway would? Thank you all.
Thank you.